Okay, so I have been, like I always am, in very, very deep thought with everything in life. Everything. Everything that a human can possibly think of, I think of. And I just want to start out in this video. Nobody else can live my reality. Nobody else can live anybody else's reality out there. And I find myself more and more as I go on in life. It's like I'm going through this breaking away process. Like I am just completely gone from the thoughts of the way that a lot of the world might perceive things to be, or how we might think that things should be. You know, like we're constantly trying to live up to this standard of what we think other people want us to be. And then when we don't live a certain way, or we don't act a certain way, or we don't, we think we failed somehow. We failed because we didn't do something that another person wanted us to do. And it's fear and control in our minds. It's fear and control. And it's all over the place. You have people, listen, there are pros and cons to everything that we have here in this world. There are pros and cons to technology. There are pros and cons to YouTube. There are pros and cons to people, places, and things. But it's like everywhere I look, all that I see is projecting onto other people. There is very, very few self-reflectors in this world. There are very few people that might, and this isn't a video of me judging people. I'm just simply putting it out. I'm just simply speaking about it. I'm not referring to anyone. I'm not deliberately pointing the finger to one person. I'm just saying how I see this. Every time I get on the internet or something, all that I see is videos of other men and women trying to tell you and I how to live, how to be, how to get in a relationship with someone, how to. Nobody can tell me or you how to live our lives. It's our lives, for heaven's sakes. And it's the reason that I get like this is because it's just all so wrong to me. It's all so wrong. It's so wrong to me. I'm not saying it in the way where I'm saying it's all wrong to those people, because I'm not in the minds of other people. I'm only in my own mind. I'm only in my own life. But see, I understand now. I understand why I am saying and why I am getting so depressed lately. Now, don't get me wrong. My brain does what it does on its own. I know this. I'm not in denial of it. Yes, I do have my own mental things. I do have depression, and I do have other things that I deal with, that I struggle with. But there's nothing wrong with me. It isn't that I failed or there's something wrong. It's just the way it is. I have those problems, and that's what it is. That's what it is. It's simply that. And now, see, I lost train of thought because, I always think I got to get too deep into something. So there, I lost train of thought already. But it's just I just find myself, the more that I live, the longer that I live this life, I am someone that I am more than, all that I'm really into anymore is art stuff, is being productive, is something for the well-being, something for good welfare of myself and other people. You know, every time I go, if I look up something or whatever, all that it is just more fear-mongering. It is more blaming and judging and pointing the finger. And see, this is how programmed we are. This is how conditioned our thought patterns are. This is how, and like I said, I don't want to speak about other people in this video. I want to speak about myself, because only I can create my own reality and do the things that I really want to do. As long as I am being responsible for myself, as long as I am not hurting another sentient creature, as long as I am not polluting the land, as long as I am not doing something to someone that they don't want done to them, then I can do anything that I want to do. Anything. I can do anything I want to do, and there's nothing wrong with anything that I do. There's nothing wrong with anything that I do. But when I keep seeing this thing today, it's just, when I watch, if I see like music or something, which I don't watch, I just see these clips. You know, when I'm scrolling on YouTube, I just see clips of this music where it's all that they're showing is things to look tough, or look how much money I have, or me against them. There is no like just a sense of togetherness and feeling good about something, you know, getting involved with something productive, you know, doing things that are for the well-being of us, that for the welfare of ourselves. You know, it's just, everything is designed to tear apart and gossip and cause friction. And hey, some people, they like this kind of stuff. They're into that kind of stuff. I'm not into that kind of stuff. I can't stand it, you know. I just like sitting in a room and making some music, experimenting with sound, writing my thoughts, making videos, looking forward to something productive for the sake of being productive. You know, it's like my motives and intentions are never for anything malicious. But see, I know how I was when I was younger, and I know how I used to have a very wicked side to me. You see, I used to have a wicked side to me that I didn't understand when I was younger, because I didn't know some of the things that I know now. I didn't realize how ignorant and stupid I really was. I didn't realize these things. And see, you know, I'm not getting deep into this, but there had to come a time where I had to reflect on the things that I did to myself. You see, I had to reflect on the things that I did to myself and things that I was doing. It didn't have anything to do with blaming other people or saying somebody else is going to change me, or someone else is going to come save the day, or someone else is going to repent and change their way. No, I had to do that for myself, and I did do that for myself. And I realized there was this seed in me that I had to deal with on my own. I had to deal with it myself. There wasn't no human being on this earth that was going to do that for me but myself. That is it. There's nobody else that was going to do that but me. I'm the only one that could have got honest with myself. And see, this is what I mean when I say great calamity. Yes, there's great calamity in our lives. There's things that go wrong. There's tsunamis, there's tornadoes, there's natural things that happen. There's animal attacks, people that can get killed by a bear, or I don't know, a bird can fly into your eye and frickin' hit your brain, and I mean, anything can happen. But, see, I lost train of thought again because see, this is what I'm saying. I think too much about things. I think a little too much. But the thing is, the reason that I use this phone or I use YouTube, I am not using it for the reason that a lot of other people use it for. You see, I'm using it for a completely different reason. An absolutely different reason. And that's how I want it to be. I want it to be where now I know this is off topic because this is the way I do my videos. But see, the way that I see this is I'm going to use this as an example so I can at least try to make people understand what I mean. Just imagine, let's picture. I'm just using this as an example. Not to take it literally, if you want to take it metaphorically, however you want to take it, that is up to the person watching, because to each their own. But say that you go your whole life and you want to know that there is some supreme being or higher power or God or something that is in charge or something that actually did create or put into action. And your whole life, you're like, I need to know that there is this thing. I need to know. And see, even I'm like this sometimes. Like, I need to know if there is something that has my back in the end. I need to know that there is something that is going to save me from something I can never save myself from. But yet again, as I'm saying this, let's say that God or this higher power or this higher intelligence would just show up and come in front of you and go, here I am God. Here I am, right now. Okay, now what? Now what? See, it's this now what thing. It's this now what thing. Okay, I made this instrumental. I drew this picture. I talked about this subject. I did this, I did that. Okay, now what? Now what? You see what I'm saying? And I know this is very off topic, but this is how I do the videos that I do. I can't help from going from one thing to the next because I have so many things that I want to talk about. This is how my mind is. And by the way, yes, I am feeling better right now. I'm not boasting that I'm feeling better, but yeah, I feel a little better now. I'm not so depressed like I was for the last, I don't know, it was a while. It was a while. I fell back into one of my, my ruts. I fell back into one of my things. And when I get like that, it's how it is. And I won't lie. I'm not too good with coping with it. I can't cope with it too well. I admit that. But I still know that the reason that happens is because I'm still not at where I want to be in my life. And the ultimate reason why I got on this video is because none of this makes sense to me. None of this makes sense to me. And it's all wrong to me. It's all wrong. Like people trying to tell you how to act when you're around somebody, or well, you should do this or you shouldn't do this. Listen, no man or woman, see these kinds of things almost make me sick to my stomach in a way, because I see the fakery, I see the plasticky side of things, and I see it's not genuine, it's not authentic, it's not real, it's not in the moment, it's us putting on something for people. It's us trying to be something for people. And I say, how long can we hide behind this veil? How long can we act like we're something that we're not? How long can we keep something to ourselves? How long can we hold back on how we really feel about things? How long is it before somebody says, okay, it's time to make a change here. I'm tired of living this way, so now what do I have to do? Now what? Now what? And see, this whole thing is designed for us to be in fear. It's to control us. It's to keep us in the slave mentality. And as I'm saying this, we have to understand, look, I know this is how it is, but I look at most of this and I go, this is wrong. It's wrong to me. It should have never been like this to me. I know that I still am involved with it. I still go to the store. I still drive on the roads. I still go to my appointments. I still go to places where I need to go for myself. I'm still involved with this thing. I can't lie. I can't be a hypocrite and sit here and completely down it or completely talk about it and shit on it. I can't do that, because then I would be being a complete hypocrite. I still use some of these things, but I ask myself, if we are so tired of our situations and we are so sick and tired of living the way we are and doing the things that we're doing, why is there nobody changing it? Why is there nobody doing anything different? Why is there nobody doing anything about it? It makes no sense to me at all. And then all that you see, all that pops up on these commercials and these advertisements and on YouTube and on the internet, it is all stupid, dumb, irrelevant shit that means nothing to somebody like me. All that it is, it's just stupid things. Every commercial you see, it's trying to get you to laugh about something. It's trying to sell you some bullshit. It's trying to get you to fit into the norms of what they're trying to push on you. And see, I can't stand this agenda pushing. I can't stand this thing because it's so unnatural. It's so fake. It's us hiding behind ourselves. It's us putting on the facade. It's us wearing the mask for each other and smiling when we don't want to smile. And then it does, it builds up this hate for one another. All it does is make us blame each other. All it does is make us look at one another like he's wrong, she's wrong. Oh, well, they're right and they're right. No, it has nothing to do with that. The problem is with each person. Every one of us are the problem or the solution. The problem or the solution. And there's so many problems. There's so many problems, but there's so few solutions. And I'd say to myself, well, who's looking for solutions here? Where are the solutions? Where are the people that are attempting to change? Where are the people that have a change of heart? Where are the people that want to make their own refuge or do something with themselves? Where are the people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired? I mean, are we ever going to stand up? Are we ever going to do anything? Or are we just going to sit in our fear? Are we just going to sit and keep being controlled by things? Controlled. And then every time I see a music video or something, or I see something with art or entertainment, all that it is people showing you their wad of money. Oh, look how tough I am. Look how hard I am. Look how much stuff I got. This means absolutely nothing to someone that can see behind the veil of these things. Somebody like myself. Now, when I say this, I do not hate these people. I do not look at them and have a malicious intent towards them. I just see what they do, and I don't think they understand what they're doing. I know they don't know what they're doing, but see, this isn't for me to judge though. See, this is where I gotta say, look, I gotta let people be people. I gotta let them do what they do, whatever they do, as long as they're not bringing it to me or hurting me or pushing it on me. They can do what they do, and I have no control over that. I don't want to control people. I don't want to tell people what to do or not to do, or say, yeah, I can help you or I can do anything for you. Because in reality, I can't. I can't do anything for anybody. I'm just a guy that's living, and I have things that I do. I have things that I have to say. I know what I want. I know what not to do, what to do. I know when I'm taking things too far. I know when I haven't done enough. I have a guilty conscience. You know, I do care when it's time to care. And I'm not hiding this anymore. I'm not hiding my agape. I'm not hiding my calamity. I'm not hiding my life. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm willing to expose it all. It all. I don't care anymore. I'm done hiding this thing in me. I'm done hiding it. And this is the problem. I think we're hiding ourselves from ourselves, and then all we do is blame ourselves and other people for the problems that we have. It's always this, it's their fault. It's your fault. They're to blame. This person's wrong and these people are right. And another thing, listen, like I said, when I talk about these things, I don't know any other way to say them. I just don't. I don't know any other way to say this, but we are trying to fix a problem that we cannot fix with our current situations in this world. These politicians are trying to fix things. They cannot fix anything because they don't have a vision for this. They have never been homeless or poor or a drug addict, or have lost family members from drug addiction, or have been in the slop, have been in the suffering, no pain, know what can actually do something to help prevent these things, and to, at least give an effort to give people what they need, but they still have to live their own lives. You can't tell people what to do. But these politicians, they are not going to help anything. They are just making things worse and worse. They're not solving anything because they don't have a vision for it. They don't know what to do. They have no idea what to do. I have an idea what to do. I have a vision for something, but I can't put it into action because I don't have the resources to do so. I don't have the ability to say, hey, listen, let's do this. Let's make this happen. Let's go here now, do this. I can't do that because I don't have the resources to do it. I don't even want to say money because it doesn't have anything to do with paper money. Paper money is paper money. It's a piece of paper. What are you going to do with a piece of paper on a desert island? you're gonna burn it to keep warm. It's worth nothing. Nothing. It's a concept in our head. And most of us, we're not using our money as a tool. We're using our money as a weapon to destroy ourselves and other people. We're not using money the way we're supposed to use money. We use money to kill other brothers. We use money to say, look how much more I have than this person. Look, Tupac talked about this in a video, how you have these hotels where the whole thing's empty and we're screaming to get in because we need somewhere to stay. They're not letting people in. You gotta have money. You gotta have paper bills. And listen, this is not something to shit on money. I'm not shitting on money right now. I'm just saying we need the resources to help ourselves and other people. And when we get the resources, there's so much corruption. There's so much corruption in the roots of the powers that be and people that have the ability to make this happen, that they don't make it happen. And they steal it. They use it for themselves. They use it for things that it doesn't need used for. They use it for stupid shit. I mean, if we don't start seeing this and we don't make a change, a mental change, and we don't get it in the root of what makes us, the very fabric of our beings, if we do not get into the fabric of what makes us people and someone that is honestly trying to survive, and we don't start looking and using our agape, this is going to go horribly awry. And we're already at that point. You can't see that we're already there. If you don't see that we're already there, then we're blind. We're blind and we're ignorant and we're just sitting back waiting for something. And it's never going to come. It's never going to happen. I'm sorry to say it, but there's nothing coming. There's nothing coming until we do something. And I'm not saying this in a way to, but see, sometimes I think you have to put pressure. You have to apply pressure for something to move, for something to do something. You know, it's just when I keep looking at this over and over and over and over again, and the reason that I get like this, the reason that I get hype like this, because I see where the problem is and I see what's happening. I can see right through it. I would know what to do. Not saying that I can see, I'm not trying to be a savior. I'm not trying to be someone that wants credit for doing these things. I just care about the welfare of my brothers and my sisters. I care about their health and people's health. I care about the person, you see. I have compassion for myself and people, and I want to see us live in a way where we can live the best for ourselves while we are here. And when you hear people just, you know, everybody just keeps talking about, oh, well, here's the problem. They're the problem. You're the problem. This is the problem. You know, nobody's going to do anything about anything. And we keep thinking that way, then that's the way that it's going to keep being. It's going to keep being that way, day after day, after day, after day, after day, after day. And it's going to keep going until we all go, oh, well, how did this happen? How did we get here? How did this happen? And everybody's going to be clueless. They're not going to have no idea why they got to the point that they got to. And I'm just saying this is not me spreading fear. I say this because I do care. I say this because I see what's going on here. I'm not ignorant to this. You see, I'm not doing it for any other reason. I'm not doing it for a pat on the back or for people to like me or say, oh, oh, you are the best. You're the best. You're something, man. Listen, I don't want nobody's praise. I don't want anybody's glory or anything. I don't want none of that. That's not why I'm making a video like this. But it's... When you see this just keep happening over and over, and listen, here's what I'm going to end the video with. I'm going to end the video here. I just want to ask anybody that's watching this video, how prepared are you and I if something goes awry? How many of us are planting our own food? How many of us have a water filtration system? How many of us have backup food in our pantries or in a cellar? Or how many of us have, resources and things waiting in case something goes wrong? There's nobody prepared. Nobody, not even myself. I'm not even prepared for anything. And I am for people that prep. I am for preppers, but I'm not for people that get involved with all the conspiracy theories and they just believe that everything's this way. I'm not for that, but I'm saying I am for people that prepare and people that are preppers. People that, go out into the wilderness and look at plants and go, oh, well, I can eat that and use that, but this one's poisonous and I can't eat that. You see, how many of us are doing these kinds of things? What are we using? What are we using this technology and our phones? What are we doing every day? What are we doing? What are we doing every day is the question. See, there needs to be somebody to speak the hell up. There's not nobody speaking up for this kind of thing. And I just get sick and tired of hearing. All that I hear is the complaining and saying there's a problem and, these people are the reason why this is this way and, nothing's gonna change. No, it's because you and I don't want to change. We don't want to do anything. You see what I'm saying? It's us. It's our fault. It's my fault if I don't do something. But we're so used to projecting it and saying it's their fault. It's everybody's fault. No, it's our own fault. It's me if things happen. I'm responsible for myself, just like every other person is responsible for themselves. But when this is all that you see, when this is all that you see, and you just see it for what it is, it isn't that you hate people. It isn't that, it has nothing to do with anything. It's just you see that how wrong it is for yourself, and you see what's going on and you're like, this is so wrong. It's so wrong. And you see it and you're like, okay, I have to start thinking about this. I have to look into things. I have to call it out. I got to be honest with myself. And that's what I mean when I say agape. Agape, definition of agape. It means open. It means being honest, It's not hiding itself away and being in denial of things. And this is another thing. I think we are so in denial as people about a lot of stuff that this denial is like a stronghold. It's literally, we are so in denial and we use these tools. Yet again, I ask people out there, what are we using this technology for? What are we using it for? What are we using our phones for? What are we making videos for? What are we using our art for? What are we using our money for? What are we using the tools and the necessary resources that we have? What are we doing about it? What are we doing about it? See, this is to the point where I'm at, is like, okay, well, what's the solution? What are we going to do? Like, what's next? What are we doing here? Everybody just sits and talks about it all the time. Talk. It's just talk every day. That's all I'm hearing people do is say, oh, well, these people are negative. This is negative. This is negative. I can't stand positive people. I can't stand optimistic people. And it just goes on and on and on and on. It's just this comparing thing. It's everybody, oh, I'm a Satanist or I'm a Christian. I'm good or I'm bad, or I follow Satan or I follow God, so we're better and they're worse. Fuck all of that stuff. What is that doing for us? It's not doing anything for us. We're not getting anywhere. We're not being productive with nothing. It's just, we're just stuck in this whirlwind effect of projecting onto the world what we will not do, something that we will not change or see. And it's like, I just see so many things. I see the homeless situation all around the world. I see just the ignorance of how we consume and how we just do all of these things, and we're not thinking because we don't care. We don't put ourselves in the shoes of other people. We don't put ourselves in the shoes of suffering and pain. And there's something wrong here. Wrong. We don't want to do that. We just want to run away, hide in our corners, say, oh, well, I'm over here and they're over there. I understand sometimes that we have to kind of get away on our own, and we got to keep our circles very tight and small, because I don't believe in, I don't know if I believe in really big groups anymore, like really big communes of people or communities of people. I don't know, because the more people you have, the more there's going to be problems if those people are not responsible or accountable, or they don't know anything. They're like drones. They're like robots. All they do is, get on their phone. All they do is get on the computer and watch videos all day. What is that doing? I mean, I know I do that too. I do that myself. But the reason that I'm using this outlet and I'm using this channel is because it's time to do something here. It's time to make something happen. It's time to make a move. It's time to, if we're not happy with our lives or we're not content, it's time to make a change. It's time to do something about it instead of talking about it and complaining about it and bitching about it and pointing the finger about it and saying it's everybody's fault. It's this fault. It's, look, these people here, it's their fault. It's this fault. It's the government's fault. It's the system's fault. Okay. Well, you're still there. I'm still here. So what are we doing? Nothing. And that's the way that it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going the same way until you get so sick and tired of seeing things how they are. And this is why I said we need more compassion here. We need more people that are willing to put themselves in the shoes of someone else. We need more people that are willing to live healthy lifestyles. We need more people that are willing to speak up for the welfare and the well-being of others instead of keep destroying each other, talking about each other, gossiping about each other, breaking each other down. Look how much money I got. I'm better than you. Look how tough I am. Look at my AK-47 that I got to mow another brother down or to mow people down. I'm so tough. I'm such a tough guy. It's despicable. It's if it doesn't make you sick to your core, then there's something very wrong. We're under an illusion. We're under a spell. This entertainment and all this shit, it has us under a spell. We are literally under a spell. And I'm to the point, look, yes, I get very depressed about these things, but I am to the point now where I realize that I cannot sit and wait on other people to do something. I can't have an expectation for someone to come and do what I'm thinking about. I can't sit around and wait for another person to come and say, oh yeah, I heard what you're doing, or hey, let's do this or whatever. No. If I don't have the vision for myself and I don't make it happen myself through it all, then it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And hey, listen, do I have thoughts of grandeur myself? Yes, I do. And you know what? I'm not hiding those thoughts anymore. I do have thoughts of grandeur, and I do have thoughts of something better for myself. And I do have thoughts of me living a more well-balanced life, a more healthy life, a life that I want to live, creating my own refuge, my own habitat. You see, I'm becoming the animal again. I'm becoming the natural thing again. I'm becoming the essence of what I want to become. I'm not sitting around waiting on this world no more because it's not happening. Nobody has this thought. We're not allowing ourselves to see how programmed and conditioned and in fear and how controlled we are really being here. Until we snap out of that. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. You're under a spell. We're under a spell. You see, the entertainment, the people in power, the famous people, you see, the people with money and prestige, they have you under this spell. They have you under their control. They're controlling people like puppets on a string, and we can't see it. And it's not just them. It's not just that. And what I mean here, I'm talking about a thought. I'm talking about a mindset, a thought. And I know there's always going to be, when I go out in public and when I'm around other people, I know there's always going to be someone that is either listening to, talking about, getting involved with, seeking this validation or approval, or this trying to live up to this standard of what they think in their mind, that the world, they're projecting onto the world what they think the world wants them to be. And we can't see this. We're so under the illusion and the spell that we have to be a certain way, and we got to fit into the normal thing. We got to fit in with what the rest of the masses is doing. And we can't even get to the next step in our lives because we're so consumed by those things. We are so under the illusion and spell of this stuff. And I know, like I was saying, I know when I go out, I will hear things, I will see things, I will pick up on things and stuff. And listen, I gotta let people be, but at the same time, I have to come to the truth or the conclusion that I'm going to come across this, and it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna have to be around it for some time, or I'm gonna have to hear others, say what they're saying, or doing what they're doing, or talking about whatever they're talking about. But the thing is, I still look at them, I still see them as a person like me. I still I still care for them. I still have agape for them. I still look at them like, okay, if you were someone that you would realize all the thoughts that you have is just one big it's one big construct that you have been brought up with and has been put in your mind, and you're still living by those things. You're still going by that. You're still thinking you have to live up to that every day. You think that if you don't live up to that, then you're somehow not doing the right thing, or you somehow failed, or you're not good enough, or I'm not fitting in. It just all makes sense to me now. It all makes sense why I've been so depressed and why I've been so stressed. It's not me. It's not me. It's me deconditioning my thoughts. It's me deprogramming my mind. It's me expelling this stuff from me, and it's something that my brain's not used to. And that's why it's so hard to do. But I'm glad that I'm doing it. I'm so glad that I'm doing it. Now, when I say I'm glad, that doesn't mean that I'm boasting about it. I'm just saying I'm glad I'm doing it because I'm doing something that not a lot of people are doing, and we need more people like that are speaking up about things that not too many people are speaking up about because of fear and control. And this is what it's all about, is fear and control. Fear and control, fear and control, fear and control. And that's what consumerism is all about. That is what the agenda is all about. It is about comparing fear and control. Comparing fear and control. Comparing one another, spreading fear to one another, and trying to control each other with these thoughts. You see, I don't care about what ideology people are under anymore. I don't care about those things because I know what they're all about. I know what all those things are about. I see when people, wear the things they wear or represent what they represent, I see it and I go, well, I know the thoughts of that person. I kind of know what they're on. I kind of see their trip, And look, I don't want to get too deep because then it seems like I'm being some guy that wants to tell people to be like me and to do what I do. And that's not what I'm saying here. I am someone, I will never control people. I don't want to control people. I don't want to do any of the things that I'm talking about. That's why I'm talking about them, because I don't want to do any of them. I don't want nothing to do with it. I want my own refuge. I want my own safe haven. I want to create what I create. I want to do my art. I want to eat healthy. I want to live healthy. I want to be around other people that have compassion. I want to be around other people that are not harming other sentients. I want to be around people that have something going, that are productive, that have something. If I would be around anybody, I'm not forcing myself to be around people. I'm just saying if I ever was. I'm done with this whole construct. I'm just completely done with it. It doesn't mean anything to the man that has lost his ego and pride. It means nothing to me anymore. I'm not trying to live up to the standard of other people. I'm not trying to be something for other people. I'm not trying to show off for other people. I'm not trying to look like I'm something more than what I already am for other people. I don't care about those things anymore. They are not important. They're irrelevant. They mean nothing to me anymore, and my thought is somewhere else. My thinking, my mindset is on a completely different thing. My mind is on honesty, agape, compassion, health, production, art. My mind is on those things, you see? And it's just like, do you remember the song Juicy by Biggie Smalls when he said, "It was all a dream"? He starts the song out by saying to us, did we catch this? See, how many of us caught this? It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazines, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap-a-tat, Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. See, he's explaining the construct of what he was programmed with. He's explaining to us the construct of the dream that he had in his life. You see, and he made it what he made it, but he even told us, he said, it was all a dream. But see, today, it's not even a dream. We are under a spell. We are under the influence of agendas and control and fear. Do we not see this? I can't be the only one seeing this. I cannot be the only one seeing this. And please, I'm not going to sit here and beg people because that's not how I am. But if you are resonating with this, like the video and share the video. Share the video. Don't keep the video to yourself. Because if you keep it to yourself, then you're hiding it away from other people. We're hiding it from ourselves and others. If we keep it to ourselves, then we're hiding it. We're hiding information. We're hiding compassion. We're hiding health. We're hiding to spread what we could be doing with resources that we're not doing with it. If we don't have people spreading this, you see, this is how programmed we are. We're in fear to spread things like this because, we're going to look like a good guy. We're going to look like one of those health guys. We're going to look like a guy that is trying to do something right for the people. It's so crazy. It's absolutely freaking nuts when I think about this. It is absolutely insane where I see the minds and the thoughts and the mindset of a lot of this world today. And I hate to say this, but I'm sorry. We are vessels that have this going on in here and the body, and I'm sorry, but it pertains to mankind. I can't help that, I can't help that. But like he said, it was all a dream. And what is your dream? What is my dream? What are things that we are hiding that we're not showing other people? What are things going on in us that we not dare show to another because of fear? Because if we do that, then we think that we will be under the control of something again because we spoke up or we said something we wanted to say. And then it just keeps going. And then we get stuck in these situations where we go right back to blaming each other, talking about each other. There is no resolutions. It's just problems and problems and problems and problems. All you got to do is look on the news. All you got to do is listen to these people, and I don't even watch this stuff. I might watch short clips here and there because I won't allow myself to get into it because I see how foolish it really is. I see how ignorant it is, and I see that there's no vision there. There's no people that have been in the shit, that have been in the suffering, that have been in the pain, that have been in the misery, that have been places where other people have not been. And if you were not there, then there's no way that you can talk about these things a lot of the times. If you weren't in the muck and mire, then you don't understand the muck and mire. You have to be there to understand it. You have to be a drug addict to understand drug addicts. You have to be an artist to understand artists. You have to be a biker to understand bikers. You have to be, whatever to understand that thing. And this is the thing. We don't put ourselves in the shoes of anything but our own shoes. And our own shoes, look what our own shoes are doing for us. All that we're literally doing is we are imploding on one another. We are literally imploding on each other instead of helping each other, instead of making refuge for ourselves, instead of learning about things to decondition our mind and to deprogram our mind and to stop living by fear and letting other people tell us you need to live this way or you should live this way or you need to be this for this woman and this guy needs to be this way for this woman and this woman needs to be this way for this guy. It's complete insanity what these people, what our minds, our mindset is pushing onto other people. It is insane. It's insanity. It is insanity. And this is what is happening. Why do you think that why the world is going nuts and why you see all these things that we're seeing? It's playing out right in front of our face and we just ignore it. We act like it's not there. You know, we'll just ignore it and we'll pay no attention to it and we'll exclude ourselves from it until it comes to our very doorstep. Then we'll say, oh, well, how did this happen? Why did I let this happen? How did we get here? Exactly. How did we get here? How did I get here? That's the question that we need to be asking ourselves. And I'm going to end it with that because I don't want to push it too far here because, you know, and then it's like when I say this, you know, don't expect anything from me. I know what to expect of myself or where to push it or not to push it. You know, I know my own boundaries. I know to be responsible for myself of, you know, to not push things too far or to not do nothing at all, you see. And I think there's just too many people that they either do nothing at all or they push the envelope too far. And there's no balance. There's no responsibility. There's no equilibrium. There's no neutrality there. There's no seeing both sides, but not getting involved with either one. And being the middleman, being the middle person, being the person that sees it, but doesn't get themselves involved with it, but they still, when the time is right, say something about it. See, we don't have enough of these mindsets in the world. And most people, they want nothing to do with it because they know that they're going to have to put in an action. They're going to have to do something about their situation. And most people just don't want to do that, plain and simple. And those people, sooner or later, they're going to become their own problem. They're going to become their own problem because they're not doing anything about their own problem. They're not looking into anything for themselves. They're not taking an honest look. They're not being honest here. They're not being open. They're not putting themselves in the shoes of other people. They're not seeing it from another angle. It's just, oh no, I'm right, they're wrong. I know what I'm talking about, they don't. I know what I'm doing and none of them do. You see, it might seem like I'm saying that in this video, but I have to call it out in order for us to understand it, or we're not going to understand it. So that's where I'm at in my thought right now. It's something that needs to be said because I don't hear it from hardly anybody out here. So, hey, send me, universe, you know, send me. I will go. I will go. Take care of yourselves. Best to everybody through the great calamity and agape. Later.